everyone, this is Debs, and of course we're here for your TGIF, thank God it's Friday, reading for Friday the 10th of October 2025. I can't believe we're firmly into autumn, guys. You will know it if I can speak as fall. But let's get into this and see what comes through, okay? This is the Steampunk Tarot. I didn't use it. I bought it back in the spring, and I think it's because the images are a little bit dark. I'm hoping you can see them okay. Let me know in the comments, okay, because it's important for future readings. But I thought it was perfect for fall. So let's do this. And I can hear those of you in Australia and New Zealand saying, it's not fall with us. Yeah. Thank you, guys, for those of you who are watching this from a long way away from France. So here we go. Archangel Michael, thank you for joining us. This is the TGIF reading for Aries. We're going to start with Aries. Thank you, Michael. What does Aries need to know? Moving into the weekend and into a new week. Oh, okay. I'm just seeing somebody with their back turned to somebody else. Have you walked away from someone? Have you turned your back on someone? Let's see, guys. Let's have a looky and find out. The Hierophant. So, Aries, you may be married, or you could be thinking about a Taurian. Crossing that, Four of Swords. Wow. So, are you healing from a relationship with a Taurian, or are you thinking about mending a marriage? Five of Swords. Okay, I think, Aries, you're healing because whoever you were with sabotaged the situation in whatever way that means. It could be finances, it could be difficult patterns of behavior, habits, it could be cheating, could be. The Empress. Okay. Taurus, Libra energy. Six of Swords. Aries, you're coming through as a female. I think you're moving yourself to calmer waters. You're healing, following your partner sabotaging the relationship with you. But this is you, maybe, Aries, thinking back and realizing, you know what? Yeah, we were married, but where was the love, you know? Four of Swords. You might have done a lot of thinking about this. Five of Swords. Thinking, yeah, you know what? Every time I tried to put energy and effort into the connection, my partner sabotaged this. Didn't want to know, wasn't interested, had better things to do, you know, spent too long in the office, maybe. Maybe your partner was all about the stability. Aries, I think you've just decided to pack up and go, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, Six of Swords can be moving to calmer waters, but we see you with your back turned and a little kiddie in a car heading, you know, into the future. So, is it done? We'll see. King of Wands. King of Wands. Queen of Wands. Aries, I've got to be honest. Your partner may want to take action on this connection and bring you back around, but I think, to be honest, you got your eye on someone else. I mean, that is really unusual. King and Queen of Wands, side by side. I think you're coming through as a Queen of Wands. Aries, I think you met another guy. Four of Wands, you may be talking to this guy about living together, setting up house, getting engaged. Aries, it's as if you're no longer thinking about your marriage. Yeah, okay, done. Moving forward. Seven of Cups. You may be looking at options for your happiness. You could be looking at new places to live with your King of Wands. Aries, this is beautiful. It's almost as if you've been held in a really difficult, toxic situation. You've been doing a lot of thinking about this. This is a serious connection. Might have been married, right? But what you're looking at is your partner sabotaged this. Because you're sat in Empress energy. You wouldn't be coming through in Empress energy, Aries, if you were messing around, right? So I think you are deciding to hold your head high and to gracefully detach and move forward. And I think, Aries, you may have your eye on a King of Wands that you're very attracted to, who I think you're going to be moving forward with. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, this King of Wands is single. Or you may class yourself as single, Aries, if you've left a relationship, right? As in, well, yeah, legally I'm still married, financially I'm still tied to the other person, but we're no longer going to be living under the same roof. As far as I'm concerned, I'm single. It could be something like that. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles. So Aries, you may still be legally married, 10 of Pentacles, but with the energy of the 9 of Pentacles, you class yourself as single. So I think this is you heading off with someone you're wildly attracted to, and you're deciding to build a new life. Yes, yes, Page of Pentacles. Don't be surprised, Aries, if your person rushes back to you to say, I am so sorry, olive branch, can we mend this? But Aries, I don't think your heart's in it any longer. Death card, Scorpio energy. I don't think your heart's in it. They want to transform the situation, but I think for you it's done. High Priestess. You know intuitively, Aries, you know intuitively that this is done. And I think with the energy of the High Priestess, you're not going to talk to your ex-partner anymore. They may want to try and pull you back into the marriage, but I think, Aries, for you it's done. You may be looking forward to having some time for you and to develop this new connection with this person that you're very attracted to. Under the deck, guys, 9 of Wands. So Aries, I think this is you feeling burdened, feeling a bit stressed out, right? If the card would stay. 2 of Pentacles, yeah, because you knew your partner was, you know, basically juggling you with somebody else. It's as if, yeah, I know he's doing it. I know he's doing it. He's not letting on he's doing it, but I know he is. You felt very sad about this. It's as if, am I not enough? You know? I mean, my Aries females out there, you're super sexy. You go to get what you want. You're fired up. You're passionate. You're creative. You bring a lot to the table. Ace of Pentacles. But Aries, I've got to admit, I think you're moving. I do. I think you're moving. I think you're leaving. You may have had your eye on somebody else for a while, but you didn't take action because you're in this serious relationship. I think, Aries, once you realised your partner was cheating, all bets are off, and you thought, okay, if my partner's cheating on me, why shouldn't I be happy too with somebody that I want to be with? 8 of Pentacles. You may be, Aries, thinking about the financial aspects of your situation, right? So this is you moving out of living with your person. You're working on a new relationship, but we have a lot of Pentacles here. You may be trying to make a decision. Is it too early to think about divorce? Because Aries, you are still held in a marriage. Queen of Pentacles, right? Oh my word. And we have the King of Pentacles. What is going on here, guys? And I shuffled this deck really, really well a few months ago. You are still the Queen of Pentacles, Aries, in your marriage. You may be in a commitment with a King of Pentacles, but it's done. You want to be with your King of Wands, okay? But you may be thinking, all right, well, do I actually want to divorce in the future, or do I simply want to just sit and see how things go? It's up to you guys. But I think you're building a new life with your King of Wands. So, guys, let's have a look and see what your King of Wands would want to say to you. Yeah, new life ahead. I'm not good at expressing my feelings. I wish you could just look into my heart and feel all the love I have for you. Aries, your new guy is a bit besotted. Let's get one more message, my lovely Aries. Ooh, so your King of Wands is saying to you, I'm really afraid that you don't love me the way that I love you. Aries, wow, he may put you on a pedestal, But this may also be an indication, Aries, that you need to let this King of Wands know that you're really into him, you're in love with him, you're absolutely not going back to your partner who cheated on you, right? So be expressive if you can, because it may help build this relationship on a stronger foundation if both of you are open about your feelings, you know? So don't be afraid to tell your person that you love them. All right, Aries, a beautiful reading. We're moving now to the sign of Taurus. So are you ready, my beautiful Taurians? Here we go. I hope you guys have got a lovely weekend planned. Let's get into this and find out what may be happening for you over the next few days. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Taurians? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we have for my lovely Taurians over the next few days? Thank you, Michael. I can see someone dancing around a kitchen. What is going on, Taurus? Are you in a lovely light-hearted energy? Are you feeling a bit silly? Are you love-struck? I don't know. I'm seeing you dancing around a kitchen. Okay. All right. Let's just see, guys. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Taurus, you dancing around the kitchen because you're sat on the Ten of Pentacles. You could have had a windfall. Your business may have taken off. You may be in a beautiful relationship, feeling nice and secure. Okay. Ace of Swords. So this reads to me as the truth came out that you're sat in the Ten of Pentacles, or the truth came out that someone's in love with you and they wanted to be with you and you may be reeling after getting engaged. Let's just see, guys. The Eight of Swords. But you're in your head. You're in your head, Taurus. You're very nervous. Queen of Swords. Why are you coming through as the Queen of Swords? I mean, did you find out that someone was in a relationship with someone else? The truth is, oh my gosh, my person was actually married. I need to ask some questions, but why did I get that vision at the beginning of the reading, which suggested you were really happy? The Star, Aquarian energy, because Taurus, I think you've got some kind of wish come true here. I think you've received information, or somebody said, I love you, I want to marry you, or you're reeling after a proposal, or your business has taken off. I think, Taurus, you're super happy. I just think you're in your head. You may be in your head about a Queen of Swords. Could have been your competition. And what you're thinking about is, yeah, no competition now, I'm sat in the Ten of Pentacles. Or it could well be, Taurus, that you're tempted to ask a lot of questions or figure something else out, but you're deciding not to. You're just going to sit in the energy of the Star. Well, however I managed to get myself into this beautiful new relationship, or however I managed to sit in the Ten of Pentacles, I'm not going to ask questions, right? My lovely Taurians. Chariot. You're moving forward with speed. This is victory and success. The Hanged Man. You're seeing things differently, Taurus. You're seeing things differently. I mean, it's almost the energy of, wow, I really thought I was stuck. I wasn't in a great place. Life really wasn't taking off. And suddenly, the truth is, life is pretty damn good. Right? The Hierophant. Taurus, this is you. For some of you, if you're running a spiritual business, you're moving forward in leaps and bounds. For others of you, you may have been wondering where a relationship was going. What you're realizing now is it was heading straight to marriage. This is somebody who might be proposing. Judgment. Okay. All right. Taurus, I think you have just made a major decision. It might be to accept someone's proposal. It might be to expand a company. But Taurus, you're sat in a lot of happiness, dancing around your kitchen. I want to say male or female. The Hermit. Virgo energy. Taurus, don't get all up in your head and start overthinking, overanalyzing, well, I hope this is going to last, or what happens if this relationship doesn't take off, or what happens if this business goes under. No, Taurus, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it, Taurus, right? Four of Wands. You could be engaged. You could have paid off your mortgage. You could be moving to a nicer property. You could be moving to a nicer property, Taurus. Temperance. This is all divinely guided. Taurus, the angels just want you to sit back and relax and enjoy this time. That's what they want you to do because, okay, Taurus, you're in love. Someone's in love with you. This might have been a long time coming. You may have thought this was never going to happen. Nine of Cups. Yeah, Taurus, you're sitting in a wish come true. You're sitting in the Ten of Pentacles. Someone's in love with you, or your business is taking off and you've got clients that are in love with you. You may be in love with the work that you do, but you're over-analysing everything and sitting in a lot of stress. Taurus, lighten up, chill out, open a bottle of champagne, dance around your kitchen again. If you danced around your kitchen before and then stopped and thought, oh no, your fears and worries took over. No, Taurus, just enjoy this time, guys. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading. There's nothing here you need to be worried about, as far as I can see. But you're sat inside Hermit energy, really worried. Oh, Temperance. Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't celebrate. Maybe it's all going to go under. You know? Why? This is beautiful. So guys, underneath the deck, the Empress. Taurus, this is you. If you're a masculine, you're simply standing your feminine. This is you, guys. Taurian Libra energy. The Moon. Why are you sat in fear? Why are you sat in fear? There's no reason to be fearful. Justice. You've got justice, or you've signed a legal contract, or you just got engaged, or your business is expanding. Ace of Cups. This is self-love. This is also you moving forward into a connection with someone who's in love with you. Ace of Wands, very passionate, or you're inspired. The Strength card. Taurus, what is this energy all about? Because this is you holding back from what? You're holding back from your happiness. You're holding yourself back from being happy because you're sat in fears and doubts and worries and what if. Taurus, what if the sky falls in, right? Life is fragile. We have to live every moment and make it count. Every single moment. We are in this life. Six of Pentacles, because Taurus, in realistic terms, this is a balanced connection that you're entering into that's going to make you very happy. Or Taurus, very simply, your finances are fantastic and you're zooming ahead in victory and success with the Sun. So relax, enjoy, chill. Stick a smile on your face, Taurus, because this is a beautiful reading. So here we go, guys. Sacred Soul Portals, because this could be love, this could be career, lifestyle, right? Things are taking off, Taurus. Looking good, guys. Enchanted. Your path has led you to a defining moment that will change your destiny. Okay, Taurus. Wonderful energy. Enjoy this time. Have a lovely weekend. Take care of you. And we're moving now to the sign of Gemini. Okay, my lovely Geminis. Happy Friday, guys. I hope you're well. Thank you for being here. And I hope you can see the cards. I know it's a little bit dark, but I've fiddled with the lighting a little bit. Here we go, people. Let's see what's going on. I'm in a sassy mood today. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Geminis? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, masculine or feminine? What do we have for my lovely Geminis? Friday the 10th of October, heading into a new week. Wow. King of Wands and the Sun. Gemini. Are you moving forward into a lot of happiness with a King of Wands? Or Gemini, you could be communicating with a King of Wands who could be a Leo, who wants to enlighten you about something. What do we do, Michael? Off the board. Okay, off the board. All right. I'm seeing a plane take off. Seeing a plane take off. And somebody breathing a sigh of relief on the flight. I don't know what that's all about, my gems. You could simply be taking a holiday, enlightened that, you know, you need a break. All right. Oh, the Ten of Pentacles again. Gem, there may be a connection with a Taurian. Taurus had that card. I think it was the first one. Eight of Swords. Gemini, you're in your head about the Ten of Pentacles. For some reason. Okay, the Lovers. Now, Gem, this could simply represent this is your reading. Or Gem, have you got a choice to stay in your marriage or to move forward with a lover? Could be a choice. Could be a choice between two. The Hierophant. Interesting. Taurian energy. Nine of Swords. Gems, there's a lot of stress here, guys. I hope you're not worrying needlessly. It may be that this is just simply a very big decision. The Knight of Swords. All right. Was there a big argument about the Ten of Pentacles? If you're in a lover situation, did somebody put pressure on you to leave your marriage and you're not sure because you'd lose a lot of money? The Two of Wands. Gemini, you're standing at crossroads. It's as if you're not quite sure what decision to make. Temperance. You're calming your emotions and you're deciding just to coast. You may be having a series of rather awkward conversations with someone. It may be quite a relief when the conversations end. Okay, good. Right, I hope we don't have to bring that topic up again. Something like that. And the cards are being slippery. Four of Cups. Gemini, it's not an ideal situation. What I'm getting here is, Gem, what you're really wanting to do is coast and chill and see how things go, but if you are in a situation where you're trying to choose to leave a marriage to be with a lover, then your lover's putting pressure on you to get divorced because they want you to marry them. And I think, Gemini, this may be you thinking, oh my goodness, well, first of all, I don't know if I really want to get divorced because there's going to be a lot of financial loss. It's also going to be stressful. It's going to be a headache. People are going to get upset. On top of that, Gemini, you may not want to marry again. And in the nicest sense, if you stay legally married to someone, then that conversation of let's get engaged, let's get married is off the table. So Gemini, I think you were hoping to coast in a lover situation that you're in right now. But I think whoever you're in a lover situation with is putting pressure on you. They're not happy. And you're stressed out because you'd really rather push the conversation under the carpet in the nicest sense, you know? Three of Cups. Yeah. Ten of Swords. Oh, Gemini. Okay, guys. Whether you're male or female, Gemini, someone here is saying to you, if you continue to keep me in a third-party situation, I'm going to feel betrayed and I'm just going to want to end it. And I don't think you want that to happen. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it, Gemini. Queen of Wands. This is the other woman. This is the woman you're having a fling with. Okay? Or Gem, for some of you, you may be the other woman. I don't know. But I think, Gemini, it's time for you to really consider what you want going forward. Because if you love this Queen of Wands, then you may need to do the needful and seriously consider divorce to offer her commitment. And you may need to be strong and say to your Queen of Wands, I actually don't want to marry again, ever. If you want me to get divorced, I will consider that seriously, but it doesn't mean that we get married in the future. It may be, Gemini, you've been married before and you don't want to ever marry again. And she would have to accept that if she expects you to divorce. Or, Gemini, if you feel that a lover situation has run its course in the nicest sense, even though you may not want to patch up things with your married partner, you may simply decide to end the affair and just have done with it. Because whoever the Queen of Wands is putting pressure on you. What she's saying to you is, unless you end your marriage, Hierophant, right? Unless you end sitting in the Ten of Pentacles, I'm going to feel betrayed and I'm going to end it. And this is you thinking, oh my gosh, I was hoping just to coast, you know? Five of Swords, yeah. But she's being a bit sneaky, this Queen of Wands, Gemini, because she knows she's sort of trying to get her own way. She knows it. She knows it, yeah. I think Two of Swords. Gemini, she's messing with you a little bit. I think this Queen of Wands is wildly attracted to you. She doesn't want to let you go. She's hoping to put pressure on you to leave your long-term partner, to commit to her, fully commit to her, get engaged, get married, whatever this is. She's threatening to just walk out of the situation, saying to you, well, I don't want to sit feeling betrayed about this, and I'm going to block you. I never want to hear from you again. It's a little petulant. It's a little bit petulant. But Gemini, in the nicest sense, if you've messed around the Queen of Wands, she will stand up for herself and fight back. So it's your decision as to what you want to do. Okay, Gems? Your decision, guys. The Empress. All right. So I feel as if, to be honest, I might be connecting here with a masculine Gemini who is in a long-term commitment with an Empress, who could be a Taurian or a Libra. Seven of Pentacles, Gemini, what you're thinking about is, I shouldn't have stayed so long. I shouldn't have stayed so long. You're looking back at past mistakes. It was a loveless connection. I haven't been happy for a long time. The Moon, though, you're so in fear of ending this. Okay, we have you, King of Swords. Gemini, this is you, King of Swords. You're afraid of taking action. You're afraid of seeking legal counsel to end your marriage because you've been really hoping that in the nicest sense with the Three of Pentacles, you could manage both situations, right? Stay legally married, keep yourself nice and financially stable whilst dating the Queen of Wands, you know, having that love, attention, affection, passion with her. Seven of Cups, what you're thinking about now is, I've got to make a decision, and you're all up in your head, Gemini, really confused. The Emperor, yeah, because you're married. You want to do the right thing by those that you're connected to, Gem. I don't think you're trying to be sneaky or underhanded. Other than the fact, of course, that, you know, it may be that your wife doesn't know that you're connected to a Queen of Wands. But I think when all's said and done, Gemini, you'd want to move forward in a clean situation. So you're trying to decide what to do. I think with the Eight of Cups, Gemini, you actually just want to run away from making this decision. But are you ready to walk away from being a husband? You may be. Eight of Wands. So Gemini, you are going to communicate that, oh wow, you are ready to take a leap of faith and a risk. Okay, Gem, you are going to communicate to your Queen of Wands, who could be an Aries, that you are ready to leave your relationship to build a life with her. But, I don't think, Gemini, you are planning on remarrying anytime soon, and you may drag out actually moving into divorce. I have to be honest. But Gemini, I think you're ready to leave your status as Emperor, right? Emperor, 8 of Cups. Yeah, you're ready. You're ready, guys. Okay. Let's have a look and see what you would want to say to the Queen of Wands. Here we go. So Archangel Michael, what would Gemini want to say to his Queen of Wands? Cards are going everywhere. All right. So Gemini, what you want to say to your Queen of Wands is, I just can't stop loving you. Gemini, you may have done some soul searching and you may have realized, you know what, I'm in love with this Queen of Wands. And so maybe it's time for me to leave my long-term commitment to be with her. Yeah, wow. So what you want to say to your Queen of Wands is, true love is the most powerful magic of all. I know in my heart that our love will conquer any storm. Okay, Gemini, you may be expecting a storm if you speak to your Empress about separation, divorce, moving out of the house. But I think, Gemini, you're ready at this point to do the needful, because even though in the nicest sense you may feel your Queen of Wands is sort of giving you an ultimatum, you may feel, yeah, I know what she's trying to do. You love this woman, Gemini, so why not, right? And who can blame her if you have been dragging your feet? So guys, I am leaving it there. Have a lovely weekend ahead. Take care of you guys, and we're now moving to the sign of Cancer. Hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Thank goodness it's Friday, people. I hope you guys are well. Let's dip into the deck, see what's going on for you. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Cancerians? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If I can speak, heading into the weekend. Heading into the weekend and into a new week. What do we have for my lovely Cancerians? Thank you, Michael. Can't believe we're into October, firmly into October. Okay. All right, guys. Let's have a look. 2 of Wands. So Cancer, you are very clearly stood at crossroads. You may not know which direction to take. You may not know the right decision to make. And I didn't mean that to rhyme. The Fool. Are you thinking, Cancer, of taking a big leap of faith? Or are you undecided about an Aries? You're feeling a sense of heartbreak. Okay. Eight of Swords. You're in your head. Wow. This feels a bit painful, guys, I have to admit. Okay, you're in your head about a Queen of Cups. Or Cancer, this is you. Okay. So Cancer, either you're feeling heartbroken, you're in your head about a water sign queen, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or Cancer, you're coming through as the Queen of Cups, standing at crossroads, thinking, do I, don't I? I'm feeling a bit heartbroken here and in my head. You're trying to make the right decision. You're trying to make the right decision, Cancer. 3 of Wands. You may be thinking about somebody at a distance, or you may be thinking, if I took a leap of faith, my ships would come in. You could be thinking that. If I did this, my ships would come in. If I took this leap of faith, somehow. Knight of Pentacles. You may be thinking as a female Cancerian of a King of Pentacles who wants to be with you. This is you feeling that if you took a leap of faith and moved to this person's area, you guys would get much more serious. You may be thinking that's the only way that this would work. Or Cancer, as a masculine, you may be thinking about somebody at a distance who's sort of been waiting for you to make a decision, and up until this point of time you haven't. This could even be financial. This could be financial. 5 of Cups. There's a sense, Cancer, of looking at things negatively, guys. About the 4 of Wands, about stability, about a property, about a relationship. Oh, Cancer. Page of Cups. All right. Cancer, you may want to apologize to someone, or you may be thinking of a child in the mix. Ace of Cups. Cancer, you may be deciding to leave someone to be with somebody else, and this is you thinking, oh my gosh, I'd have to apologize to my children, you know, or my child. It would be awkward. 10 of Swords, they would feel betrayed, is what I'm hearing. Okay. They would feel betrayed. Okay. If I moved into a legal situation to maybe divorce, or it may well be that someone in particular would feel betrayed. That person could be an earth sign. They could be a younger fire sign. They could be a Libra. 8 of Wands. Justice, 8 of Wands. Cancer, you have to make a really serious decision. It's time. You may have been sitting on the fence for the longest time. You have to communicate with someone. What you're thinking about is someone in the mix is going to be very, very unhappy. And so you've been holding back. Underneath the deck, we have the High Priestess, Pisces, Cancerian energy. So you may feel an intuitive pull to someone. You may feel a strong sense that you're supposed to be with someone, or someone is not communicating with you. Knight of Swords. There might have been an argument with someone here. There might have been an argument with someone sat in ego. Queen of Pentacles. There might have been an issue with a Queen of Pentacles sat in ego wanting to win. Knight of Cups. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, I think, Cancer, you're ready to speak your truth. Yeah, 4 of Cups. Okay, Cancer, I have to be honest. I think I'm connecting here with a masculine Cancerian. I think I'm connecting with a masculine Cancerian. Page of Swords. Difficult message of truth. Okay. So, Cancer. I think, I've got to be honest here, guys, I think you are in a long-term commitment with a Queen of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn Queen. You're not happy in that relationship. There may have been a sense that she's worn a false mask for a long time, or this is someone all about status, wanting to win, you know, wanting to win every argument, maybe sitting in a bit of indulgence, hanging on to her home. You know, maybe this is someone who was codependent on you. I think, Cancer, you've met someone that you want to be with who is sat in the Queen of Cups. Perfect counterpart, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I think you've been standing at crossroads, thinking about taking a leap of faith, feeling heartbroken in your head about the Queen of Cups. If you move towards the Queen of Cups, you feel your ships will come in. You will be willing to commit to the Queen of Cups. The problem is you would have to sabotage your stability or sabotage another connection to make it work. I think with the Page of Cups, you plan on saying to your Queen of Pentacles, I am so sorry, but this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. I want to move ahead in a new relationship with somebody else, or you may not say that at all, but that's what you're thinking. You know she would feel betrayed. but you're ready to move forward, maybe into divorce and start the ball rolling. I think, Cancer, you've met your perfect person. You've met your perfect person. And here we go, right? High Priestess. Now, the person you want to be with could be a Pisces or a fellow Cancerian or a Scorpio for some. I think with a Knight of Swords, if things have got difficult between you and this Queen of Cups, then you may have thought, okay, that's it. She's going to break off the connection. You may have been quietly dating her. Or Cancer, for some of you, you did not tell a Queen of Cups that you were still legally married. So you two may be flirting, you and the Queen of Cups may be flirting, but you didn't have the courage to tell her that you'd actually got married to the Queen of Pentacles. Six of Wands. I think, Cancer, you're so over this relationship. You may feel this Queen of Pentacles was Saturn ego, just wanting to win. And there she is, Queen of Pentacles. And I love my earth signs, but that's the energy coming through. Knight of Cups. The problem is, Cancer, you're in love with somebody else, right? You're in love with somebody else. Two of Pentacles, and you've been deliberating, what do I do about this? What do I do? Do I end things with the Queen of Pentacles? Four of Cups. You're not happy in this relationship, Cancer. You don't want to be in this relationship anymore. And I think you're ready to have a serious conversation with your Queen of Pentacles to say, this is over. Yeah, this is done. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's dip into Charming Oracle Secret Love Messages. Cancer, what would you want to say to this Queen of Cups? This is the person I believe you want to be with. I wish we could just run away together to a place without all this drama. Okay. I don't know, Cancer, whether or not your Queen of Pentacles realised that you may have been quietly seeing another woman and everything kind of just blew up. I don't know, Cancer, whether or not you're anticipating a massive tower moment. And all you want to do is go and see your Queen of Cups, bundle her into the car, say, okay, darling, all right, I've left my partner. Let's put our foot down. Let's get to the airport. Let's fly off and live somewhere else in another country, because you're feeling as if this could get really messy. What would this Queen of Cups want to say to my Cancerians? From the very first moment I looked into your eyes, I knew that we belonged together like yin and yang, okay? This Queen of Cups knew very, very quickly, within the first few days of meeting, that you guys were simply eventually going to end up together. Okay, let's pour Queen of Pentacles here, even though she's been sat in a bit of ego. Let's get a message from her to you, Cancer, from your Queen of Pentacles that you're in a commitment with to you, okay? Oh my gosh, all right. Wow, this puts a different slant on things. Your Queen of Pentacles that you're in a commitment with is saying to you, I'm ending things with someone else because I only want to be with you. So your Queen of Pentacles, Cancer, unless you didn't know, has been cheating on you. Did you know that, or did you not? I mean, if you didn't, I'm sorry, guys, but it's there in black and white. In which case, Cancer, the reason why your Queen of Pentacles might have left you out in the cold is that she was actually dating another guy. If she finds out about the Queen of Cups, you feel the tower's going to fall. But to be honest with you, knowing, if you didn't know before, that she's actually been cheating on you, you can turn around to your Queen of Pentacles and say, excuse me, I know that you've been cheating on me behind my back, so why shouldn't I move forward with another woman? So, Cancer, oh my goodness, trouble in paradise. But I think you are going to move forward with your Queen of Cups. I think you're in love, and I think that you're ready to leave your long-term commitment to be with her. Okay, guys, have a lovely weekend. And of course, we're now moving to the sign of Leo. Hello, my gorgeous Leos. How goes it, guys? Happy Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. let's get into this and see what the cards have to say. Here we go. My beautiful lions and lionesses. What do we have for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus heading into the weekend and into a new week. Oh, Temperance. Okay, are you trying to keep you cool? Or do you feel as if you've been coasting for way too long? There could be a connection with a Sagittarian you're thinking about, or you may be guided by Archangel Michael. Temperance. Wow. All right. Let's see what's going on, people. So, yeah. Temperance. All right. We're putting that to one side. We're putting that to one side. Here we go, Leo. The Magician. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini energy. What are you trying to manifest here, Leo? You're trying to manifest options with the Seven of Cups. What can I do here, right? What doors are going to open for me? What decisions should I make? The Ten of Wands. You are burdened, Leo. You may feel as if you've bitten off more than you could chew. You may feel stressed because you may have a lot of options in front of you and you may feel confused. Okay. Page of Wands. You may feel burdened about a younger fire sign, or you may feel burdened about some good news, which could well be, Leo, now this has happened, you can decide what you want to do. And this is you thinking, well, hang on, I was very happy coasting, sitting in temperate energy. I've now got to make a choice. I've now got to make a move. I'm not sure what I want to do. Two of Pentacles. Leo, you're stressed because you don't really know what to do here. What do I do here? So you've had some good news that potentially is going to open a lot more doors for you, Leo. But you're thinking, well, yes, but I'm now confused. I'm in my head. I don't know what choice to make. Seven of Wands. You're almost keeping people at arm's length. Seven of Wands is being a little bit defensive, but it may well be, Leo, that something's happened in your life. You may have suddenly been applauded for work that you've done. It could be that you're in the spotlight on social media, emails are flying in, orders for your products are flying in, and you're thinking, well, this is all wonderful, but oh my goodness, I'm now having to keep people at arm's length because I'm just a little bit overwhelmed. Could be. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you're holding back from making any type of decision, my Leos, in October at this point of time, because the whole world is opening up to you. That's what I'm getting, guys. It's almost you feeling, well, hold on. One opportunity would have been wonderful, but I've got seven in front of me. I'm really confused. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid of making the wrong choice. I just need some time to think. It's as if you're poking your nose up through a mound of soil as a little mole, and you're looking around you and thinking, oh my gosh, it's way too busy up there, and you're going back down into your burrow. Okay, I just need time to think by myself in peace and quiet. You're putting people at arm's length, Leo. So I don't know what this is, guys, but Knight of Cups. Leo, are you going online, the world, online dating, and you're realizing people are coming at you left, right and center? And you're thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't think that I'd be that popular, but oh wow, I've got 100 people that are interested in me and I don't quite know what to do here. You could be new to dating online. Death card. What you're realizing is that your life is going to change. Your life is going to change, okay? Oh, my lovely Leos. It's as if you're a bit overwhelmed. Queen of Pentacles, okay? If you're a masculine Leo, you have a Queen of Pentacles who is telling you that she's willing to get divorced to make it work with you. This could be somebody that you've been dating for a while, to be honest, although you may be online dating as well. If you're a female Leo, then Leo, I've got to admit, you're sat in the Queen of Pentacles. You're very financially stable. Clients are banging at your door. You've got people wanting your services or people wanting to buy your products. You may be an entrepreneur. You may be highly revered. You may be very good at what you do. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that this would transform my life. I've got all these doors flying open and I just don't know which door to walk through, right? Yeah. 6 of Cups. You're thinking about the past. You're thinking about the past. Yeah. Sitting in nostalgia. This is almost a sense of you, if you're a female, as a grown woman thinking, wow, and I thought about this idea. I thought about starting this business when I was a little girl, right? And now I'm doing it. And oh my goodness, it's kind of taken off. And you're looking back thinking, and this is where I started, right? Queen of Swords. If you're in that situation, Leo, what the divine is asking you to do is to be strategic. I don't mean this is you slipping into shadow, okay? For the majority of Leos out there, you are definitely in the light. But they are asking you to plan for your future. You may be trying to pick the ideal client or the ideal vehicle to get you where you want to be in the future. And this could be relating to you running a very successful business, or this is you realizing that a business is just literally taking off. If you're a masculine Leo, then you may have 2 women very interested in you, but one may still be married, although she's telling you she's going to get divorced. And the Queen of Swords may be a woman from your past who you're reconnecting with, and you're thinking about her too. So if you've got 7 options, Leo, and you're dating, you may be thinking of 2 particular women. 6 of Wands. Perfect card. So Leo, this is your energy, okay? I mean, whether or not your business is going through the roof and you're doing really, really well, or whether or not you're a guy and you've got 2 women who are both desperately wanting to be with you, you're going to feel good, right? Whatever your situation, you're going to feel really good. So Leo, this is a beautiful reading for you guys. Underneath the deck, my lovely Leos, 9 of Cups. So male or female Leo, you are somehow going to sit in a wish come true. Okay. 4 of Wands. You could be pulling in enough money to clear your mortgage. You could be pulling in enough money to do renovations on your house, buy your first house. Or you could be moving into a brand new relationship, Leo. 8 of Pentacles. You're willing to work on this, or you've worked very hard to get to this point. 3 of Cups, a lot of celebration. Strength card, Leo, this is you. You've been holding back from rushing forward in any way because you wanted to make sure that you were making the right decision. I think with the energy of justice, everything's balancing out. You're very excited about the future because everything's changing. Ace of Swords, everything is changing. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. So, Leo, this is either you as a masculine. Potentially, you've got 2 women interested in you. You might have ended your marriage. You may have just got divorced and you're thinking, holy moly, I'm not going to have any problems finding love or moving forward into a beautiful connection because I'm kind of inundated. If you're a feminine, what you're realizing is finally you've got justice. You're leaving an old difficult cycle behind. The money's coming in. Your business is taking off, or you're zooming up the career ladder and you are going to be sat in the 10 of Pentacles. So my goodness, guys, beautiful. Here we go. It could be love, could be to do with finances, success and business. So sacred soul portals. Archangel Michael, what message of guidance do we have from the universe for my lovely Leos? promised land. Wow. You've almost reached your goal, so don't stop now. Take every opportunity you can. Leo, this is really beautiful, guys. Congrats. What an amazing reading. Whatever your situation, this is you sat in victory and success. Okay? So, guys, have a beautiful weekend. Whatever you're up to, take care of you. And let's move to the sign of Virgo. Hello, my lovely Virgos. It is that time again. This is your T.G.I.F for Friday, the 10th of October, 2025. Here we go. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Virgos? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, masculine or feminine. What do we have for my lovely Virgos? Thank you, Michael. How strange. Archangel Michael showing me a merry-go-round in a fairground, right? And the person on the merry-go-round is saying to themselves, I don't know whether or not I'm enjoying this ride, this experience, or whether or not it's making me dizzy. Okay, my lovely Virgos, let's see what's going on here. Let's have a look. The Strength card. Okay, Virgo, you could simply be straight up dealing with a Leo, or you're holding back from taking any kind of action at the moment because you're not quite sure what you want to do. You're not quite sure what you want to do. 5 of Cups. You're not feeling particularly happy about a situation. 5 of Swords. Somebody may have sabotaged a connection with you. Wow. 5 of Pentacles. Unbelievable. 555. You could be seeing 555. Now, 5 is always a challenge. It usually leads to progress and balance, which is number 6. But you may not know what to do here, Virgo. Somebody could have sabotaged a situation with you and they want to bring you back into their life and you're not sure. Look at that. Strength, 555. And an ace, Ace of Pentacles. All right, Virgo, you're either thinking, I feel very unhappy about the situation. I'm holding back from doing anything right now. I think I sabotaged a connection, which means that I've been left out in the cold, or I'm worried about money. The only option is to move. The only option is to up sticks and move, get out of Dodge, or release equity from a property, or find a way of moving into a new cycle. Interesting merry-go-round cycle. You could be, though, Virgo, in a situation where somebody sabotaged a connection with you, a relationship with you. They want to come back into your life, but what you're thinking about is, oh, I don't know, I'm holding back because I don't want to find myself trapped in another cycle, a similar cycle to the cycle we were in before, which made me very unhappy. So I don't know if I want this person back. So 2 distinct messages coming through, whoever you are in the mix, my lovely Virgos. Ace of Wands. What you do know is you want a passionate new start. You don't want to relive the past. You don't want to sit in a sense of anxiety and unhappiness. You want to move forward. The Hierophant, Taurian energy. And you know you want to follow a very traditional process. You don't want to do anything too risky. Ace of Cups. And you want to sit in self-love. You want to feel good about yourself, Virgo. Why do I keep wanting to call you Leo? You want to feel good about yourself, and that card is wanting to be seen. 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. You may be looking at money. You may be putting work into rebuilding a connection. You're in deep thought, my Virgos. Knight of Swords. You may be remembering an argument. 3 of Cups, and you may be remembering you wondering whether or not you did want to patch up a situation. Do I want to reconcile or not? Four of Cups. Again, not very happy with the status quo, realizing that you might have got wrapped up with someone sat in the energy of the devil, somebody very toxic, somebody sat in ego, somebody wanting to win, somebody who was thinking about status or a lot of money, you know, shadow energy. There might have been a situation here with an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini in particular, or a Capricorn. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, Virgo, there's no point looking at past mistakes. Either you trusted somebody that you shouldn't have trusted, they're sort of wheeling back round to you and you're thinking, oh my God, are they still sat in the energy of the devil? I don't think so, or I need to think about this. Or Virgo, you may have done something in the past that you regret, that left you out in the cold. You sabotaged a situation, you made the wrong decision, but everyone's human. And you're now thinking, what do I do about this? What do I do about this? You want a clean new start. But I think the biggest energy coming through is the Strength card. You're not wanting to do anything risky. From this point onwards, Virgo, you're thinking very carefully about what you want for the future. Okay. Eight of Cups. I'm just feeling as if you want to run away from the past, or somebody could have left you. Six of Swords. This is moving to calmer waters. Wheel of Destiny. Two wheels here, fascinating us, or a merry-go-round. Thinking about the cycles of life, thinking about fate, karma, good karma, or, you know, negative karma. You could be thinking about uprooting and moving for some of you. The Hermit, this is you, my lovely Virgos. You're shining a light into the darkness. You're trying to figure out what to do. Page of Cups, you could be thinking about a child in the mix, or you could be thinking about an apology for taking a leap of faith and a risk, or somebody is apologizing to you, Virgo, and is wanting to come back into your life, but you're nervous. Aries energy, the High Priestess. Somebody here is incredibly intuitive. Virgo, if this is you, you're not speaking to this person at the moment. You're trying to figure out what to do. It may well be you know this person wants to patch things up with you, but you're not sure. It could well be that, Virgo, if you are a masculine, somebody detached from you, because they may have felt you sabotaged a situation, and at the moment there's not a lot of communication, but I'm not getting a renewed sense of anger or upset. This person's just accepted the status quo, and even though you may be looking back at past mistakes, you may have somehow created a toxic situation. You probably didn't mean to do that, Virgo. It may well be that for this particular period of time, October, you're holding back from doing anything in particular because you need time to think. You need time to let the energies play out. Under that is the Moon. Now that's you sat in fear, whoever you are in the mix. Either you're fearful that someone here, Virgo, is sitting in ego, feeling as if they've won, right? And this is you thinking, oh God, yeah, they just wanted to win. Or this could be you thinking about an ex who sabotaged a situation with you, wanting to come back. And you may be thinking, I don't think I do. I don't think I want this person back. Let's move into soul portals. Let's see what the cards have to say. Here we go, guys. Sacred soul portals. So Archangel Michael, what is the guidance from the universe, please? Perspective. Perspective. Talking to others and getting out of your bubble will help you see things differently. help you see things differently. Someone who may be connected to a Pisces, that is the Pisces hangman energy, seeing things from a different perspective, okay? Virgo, you may need to seek guidance from maybe a close friend of yours or a family member to try and figure out what the best course of action is, you know? All right, guys. So I'm leaving it there. Have a really good weekend. And we're now moving to the sign of Libra. Hello, my lovely Libras. How are you guys? I hope you are well. I hope you've had a fantastic week. We are firmly moving into the weekend. Thank goodness it's Friday. Let's get into this and see what the cards have to say. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Libras? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What do we have for Libra? Friday the 10th of October 2025. 10th of October 2025. What do we have for my beautiful Libras at this point of time? Thank you, Michael. I'm seeing somebody with a pen and a piece of paper, old-fashioned style, with a notebook, chewing the end of their pen. You may be wanting to plan something. You could be putting points down somehow. You could be writing a letter to someone. You could be feeling artistic. Let's see what this is all about, Libra. Ace of Swords. Wow. So Libra, the Ace of Swords is truth, clarity, ending a difficult situation because of information that has come through. Queen of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Temperance, Sagittarian energy. That's also Archangel Michael. The Emperor. Wow, 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 wow. Aries energy. 10 of Swords. Oh my word. Okay. Libra. Wow. So the truth may have come out about a Queen of Cups. You've been coasting with maybe your husband and you're thinking that he betrayed you. I think this is a cheating scenario, Libra, that you're trying to get over or you're trying to make a decision about. The King of Cups. The Eight of Swords. Wow, King and Queen of Cups, Eight of Swords, Justice. Okay. This is your energy, Libra. Libra, you may quietly feel that your Emperor is in love with a Queen of Cups. You're going to hate me saying this, Libra, if you're in that situation, but these two are meant to be together, King and Queen of Cups. You're in your head about this. Do I move into divorce? Or do I balance out the situation and forgive my person and take them back? But if they're in love with another woman, why would I want to do that? King of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, gets a bit messy. Libra, you may have a chance of being with a King of Pentacles. So if you know that your husband is in love with a water sign queen, Libra, you're thinking, to hell with it, I'm going to get justice. I'm going to have my own little fling with a King of Pentacles. See how they like it. You know, that sort of thing. Could be. Could be, guys. Seven of Pentacles, you're looking at past mistakes. Knight of Swords, you may have said something harsh. This is your energy, Knight of Swords. You may have done, Libra. Oh, okay, the World. You may have just said to somebody, okay, not dealing with this any longer. I think you're in love with somebody else. This is over, you know. Two of Cups. You may have claimed that your person was in love with a third party. Judgment, Sagittarian energy. and you're trying to make a really serious decision. The problem is, Libra, you may not have proof. Your Emperor may not be saying anything. Do you know that these two are still in contact? Do you know that these two are still having, for instance, an affair? I can't see any evidence of that. So are you now in your head thinking, oh my God, what did I do? I ended my marriage. Maybe this was a one-night stand situation that happened years ago, and these two are no longer in contact, but I've got it into my head that my Emperor is still in love with this woman, and I've said to him, that's it. What have I done? You know, you could be thinking, oh no. Libra, I feel as if you're super stressed out about what you think is happening, but why do I feel as if I don't believe it is happening? But anyway. 10 of Wands. All right, you're sitting in stress, 10 of Wands. Because with the High Priestess, you felt that you've intuited that something went on here, Cancerian energy, Pisces energy. You may have felt that secretively your Emperor was passionately messaging someone, talking about building a life with them, right? But what you're thinking about is, I think I've just manifested sitting in fear about this. What you're realizing, Libra, is you may have got it wrong, right? Because you were sat so much in fear that your person was being overindulgent. I think with the Page of Cups, Libra, I've got to be honest, guys, I think you may apologize to your Emperor. It might have been a long time coming. You may have been difficult with him, distant with him, shouted at him. You may be apologizing to your Emperor for bringing the Tower down on what was a lovely relationship, because you were convinced that he was in love with another woman. 4 of Swords. Libra, I think you're going to heal this. I do. I think after a lot of thinking, you're going to heal this. I think, Libra, with the Wheel of Destiny, there is going to be a fortunate turn of events. And I think you two are going to rebuild this relationship. This is you sitting in fear, believing that your partner was in love with somebody else, convinced yourself that it was still going on. And I think you ended your relationship and closed the door. And afterwards, you thought, what have I done? Yes, your Emperor may have had a brief romance a long time ago, because this was obviously a long time ago, Knight of Pentacles, but it may not have actually turned into anything. It could have been a light romance that then just ended. But Libra, you convinced yourself that this was a full-blown fling and your Emperor was going to leave you to be with another woman. And so out of a sense of fear and panic, you ended it with him, almost to teach him a lesson. But Libra, what you're realizing now is you may have got it completely wrong. I think, to be honest, your Emperor will forgive you, or maybe he feels guilty for flirting with someone that made you feel very unstable in a relationship. But Libra, whatever happened here, I think what you're deciding to do is have a serious sit-down conversation with your Emperor and say, I'm so sorry I brought the Tower down on our relationship. I'm sorry I flew off the handle. I'm sorry I just said, okay, this is over, you're in love with somebody else. I faced Judgment Day because I didn't know the truth. I didn't have proof. I just reacted out of instinct and fear that you were going to leave me for somebody else, and I want to start all over again. And I've got to be honest, Libra, I think your partner is going to take you back. Yeah. All right, Libra, let's see what your Emperor wants to say to you. This is kind of sweet, guys. You know, you were just sat in fear about this Queen of Cups, Libra. Oh, yeah. Wow. All right, it would destroy me to see you with someone else, but I also know that you're not going to wait around forever. I feel so conflicted. Libra, why do I feel this is a message from you to your Emperor? You may have shut your Emperor out in the cold. You may have said to him, I want us to live apart for a few months. You may have said to him, I'm considering divorce. But what you're realizing is it may have all been in your head. Yes, there might have been another woman in the distant past, but I didn't see that this was anything desperately serious. And I certainly don't see that your Emperor's planning on leaving you to be with his Queen of Cups, right? If there was anything, these two walked away from each other a while ago. It's your Emperor that feels betrayed by you because you, out of the blue, just walked away from him. Oh my gosh, I think you're in love with another woman. Okay, it's over. And Libra, I don't think that you had proof that there was another woman. If there was, it was a long time ago, and there probably wasn't much that happened. So I think this is you talking to your Emperor. It would destroy you to see him with someone else, but you also know, Libra, that he's not going to hang around waiting for you to come back around to him, maybe to apologize. And so you felt conflicted. I think, Libra, you are going to make a move. I think you are going to apologize to your Emperor, and I think he will take you back. Now, let's see, Libra, what your Emperor would want to say to you. What would Libra's Emperor want to say? Yeah, look at that. Okay. Now, Libra, he may have distanced himself because he may have met a Queen of Cups in the past, true pair, deep soulmate connection, and he was a little bit confused about how he was feeling, but I don't think there's any indication here that an affair actually took place. You may have just seen a photograph of this woman he kept on his phone. Could have been years ago. You may have seen one message he sent. You may have gone through his phone and felt all sort of stressed out. Libra, I don't think he's going anywhere. I've got to be honest. One more message from the Emperor to Libra. Guys, you got nothing to worry about. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so there we go. Every time I see you, I always get amazed by how beautiful you truly are. Libra, your Emperor's still in love. He is still in love with you. If there was some kind of flirtation a long time ago with the Queen of Cups, it is truly over. Okay. And I think he was shell-shocked that you just out of the blue ended the relationship. I mean, Knight of Swords, the world is, this is over. This is you having an argument with him, convinced that he was in love with another woman. I don't think he is. I don't think he ever was, right? So, guys, this is beautiful. This is reconciliation. So don't be mad at your Emperor anymore, Libra, right? Kiss and make up. He may say to you, I'm sorry I flirted with somebody else. I was very confused. I met this woman, past life soulmate. I didn't know what I was doing. You may say to him, oh my God, I thought you were going to leave me for this woman and set up house together and divorce me, if that's relevant. I think this is going to be one big reconciliation, which is really lovely to see. This is all fated, Libra, maybe for you two to both appreciate each other, you know? So guys, I am leaving it there. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care of you guys. And we're now moving to the sign of Scorpio. Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. Are you ready, guys? Let's dip into the deck and find out what's going to be happening over the next few days. Okay, so Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Scorpios? Heading into the weekend and into a new week, Friday, the 10th of October, 2025. Energies for my Scorpios, please. Thank you, Michael. Wow, guys. I'm hearing a really old song. How could I live without you? Or I don't want to live without you. Okay, it would be you, Scorps. Very intense energy. 5 of Cups. You're not particularly feeling very happy right now, Scorpio. It could be you're coming through as the King of Cups, or you could be thinking of someone that you thought loved you as a feminine We will see, guys. Two of Pentacles. The Star, Aquarian energy. The Ace of Cups. Scorpio, straight up, I think I'm dealing with a masculine, guys. I think, Scorpio, you're not happy with yourself because you didn't tell someone that you love them and you juggled them with somebody else, but this person was actually your dream come true. And I think, Scorpio, you want to rebuild with this person, but you simply do not feel that they are going to take you back. This may simply be a case of woulda, coulda, shoulda. Okay? Yeah. Six of Cups, you're thinking about this person from the past. You want to be with them. I think you may want to see this person to apologize, to explain, to bring them flowers. You want to apologize for sitting in ego. Six of Wands. And you may want to apologize, Scorpio, because you may be a man who's married. You want to explain that you love the attention that this person gave you. And you want to say to this person that you did genuinely fall in love. It wasn't just lust. You were genuinely planning a life with this person. But I think, Scorpio, you didn't have the courage to leave the partnership you were in. So you kept this going for as long as you could. And then obviously something happened and you two parted. And you've been looking back in a lot of regret. You may still be thinking, if this person has feelings for me, perhaps we could work something out. I don't know, guys. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. Scorpio, you met a pre-empress. This is a pretty impressive woman. Page of Wands, but you treated her like an option. You flirted with her. You might have messed her around. She may have been angry with you. Seven of Cups, because simply, Scorpio, you confused her. I mean, you may have come on really, really strong, and then you may have disappeared for days on end, right? And this is her thinking, what the hell's going on? Ace of Pentacles, wow. Okay, Scorpio, Judgment, you are ready to make a serious decision to officially leave your long-term partner to be with this woman. You're also ready to face Judgment Day, to apologize to her and to explain the situation that you were in. The problem is, Scorpio, I don't see her opening the door. But guys, let's look under the deck. Ten of Wands. Okay. I think, Scorpio, you've been sat in a really tricky situation. You may be very unhappy in a relationship you were in. Seven of Wands. You may have been very defensive with this woman, a bit secretive. You may have gaslit her, you know, caused arguments for no reason because you are trying to hide your guilt. Yeah. You may have not been very pleasant to her, Scorpio, because you were trying to hide the fact that you were lying. The Wheel of Destiny. I think you believe it was fate you met, and you two are destined to be together, to move forward together. But with the Nine of Cups, you were overindulgent in treating this pre-empress like a lover, whilst you were in a family situation with somebody else. Yeah, she was your lover. She could have been a Gemini. She could be a Gemini. I think what you want to say to this woman, Scorpio, is, okay, Eight of Cups, I'm ready to leave. It's almost as if you're a bit desperate here. All right, you just give me the word, I'm going to pack my bags and I'm going to leave to be with you. But I don't know, Scorpio, whether or not for her it's done. I don't know, guys, because are you still in a long-term relationship? Are you still sat in the Ten of Pentacles? So there's no point in you racing towards her, Scorpio, to say, oh, I really want to be with you. I want to explain. I want to find out how you feel when you're still a married man. You know, she's going to look at you and say, Scorpio, I'm sorry, but you lied to me. You gaslit me. You treated me like an idiot. You left me very confused. You were all about the passion, and now you want to make it work. You got to be kidding me, right? So Scorps, in the nicest sense, you've got to really think about this, because there's no point in you jumping towards her to say, oh, hang on, you're the love of my life. I'm sorry I wasn't honest in the past. I want to explain. And you're thinking that you two could just maybe live together, maybe, whilst you keep hold of your Ten of Pentacles. Is that going to be something that she'd want? She's sitting in pre-Empress energy, Scorps. I mean, this is a serious woman. She would expect long-term commitment and stability. Not a sort of half-hearted, well, I've left my wife, let's see if we can shack up for a few months and see how I feel. She's not going to accept that. So Scorps, in the nicest sense, guys, you may have to let this go. But there was deception, Seven of Swords under that. Yeah, I think you were in a long-term relationship, and what you were hiding with the Moon was that you couldn't make up your mind whether or not you had the courage to leave. Okay? All right, people. So, my Scorps, I'm sorry, a bit of a challenging read, but let's move into Sacred Soul Portals. This may well have been a lesson for you to learn, my Scorps. So, here we go, guys. Sacred Soul Portals. Archangel Michael, what messages do we have for my lovely Scorpios, please? Okay, 2 jumped out. All right. Just knock. If the way seems closed, ask friends or influencers to open the door and let you in. There may be a way of getting a message to this person, Scorpio, if, for instance, she's not picking up the phone. Right, let's put that there. And passage. In the moments between going from one place to another, you taste the sweetness of life. Scorpio, I have a feeling that this is a past life karmic soulmate for you. I think she was sent into your life for you to learn serious lessons. Now that soul contract is done, but you're there reeling, thinking she was a person that you were actually supposed to end up with. I don't think that's the case. I think she was supposed to steer you through this passage, right? From darkness to light, right? Yeah. So, my Scorpios, I'm leaving it there, guys. I hope it's helped. Take care of you, and we're now moving to the sign of Sagittarius. Hello, my Saggies. I hope you guys are well. Let's jump into this. Friday, the 10th of October. Hope you got a good weekend planned. So, Archangel Michael, what have we got for my lovely Sagittarians? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Friday, the 10th of October, moving into the weekend and into the new week. What do we have for Saggies? Thank you, Michael. You may be very quiet at this point of time, Sag. You just may feel you want your own space. You may feel you want your own space, guys. Let's see. Yeah, Temperance. Yeah. Sag, you've been coasting, you've been thinking, you've been analysing. You are protected by Archangel Michael. Or you may be receiving downloads from the angelic realm at this time, Sag. Ace of Wands. This is you wanting a passionate new start, but you've been waiting for this. I don't know why. You've been waiting to come together with someone. You've been waiting to reconcile with someone here, Sag. King of Wands, this is you. Now, as a feminine, you're sat in your masculine, or I could simply be dealing with a masculine Sagittarian. Queen of Swords. I think, Sag, you're thinking of a Queen of Swords. I feel you want to reconcile with this woman, but you're afraid of what she's going to say. This may be a woman who stands up for herself. This is a woman who may be a bit harsh sometimes with her words because she's been hurt, because she's been through a great deal. She's got to the Queen of Swords energy. She's managed to, when it's relevant, be able to cut off her emotion as a form of self-protection, as a self-protective mechanism, right? You're nervous in approaching her because, Sag, you may be facing Judgment Day. You may have done something you're not proud of. Five of Swords. You sabotage this connection, Sag. Ace of Pentacles. So, Sag, you sabotaged a connection with a Queen of Swords. You have faced Judgment Day. But I think, Sag, you want to go back to this woman to say, I'm ready to really put the work in. I'm ready to make this happen. Wow. Sag, I've got to be honest. I think you believe this woman is your person. I believe you feel a woman that you walked away from, that you may have had a one-night stand with, was the woman that you were supposed to end up marrying. And I think you're sitting in regret because, Two of Pentacles, you juggled this woman with someone else. And I think you've been sat in the Nine of Swords thinking, what the hell did I do? Why did I mess this woman around? Why did I sit in my ego? You know, sorry guys, but that's the energy. Four of Pentacles. You've been holding back, Sag, because you just didn't know what to do. Didn't know what to do. The Star. You want to heal this connection with this woman. She could be a Taurian, a Libra, an Aquarian. But you're afraid she's not going to accept your apology. You're afraid, Sag, that she's just going to say, sorry, not interested. And so you've been holding back. Guys, underneath the deck, my Saggies, Wheel of Fortune. Sag, you believe it was fate that you met this woman, but with a Page of Swords, you may have been argumentative, you may have said something harsh, and then you may have pulled back and not said anything at all. I mean, this is you telling yourself, well, I'm going to think about this, right? Well, I'm going to think about what to do next. But Sag, there was a Tower moment. And the Tower moment was, what you realised was, she's not messaging you, she's not banging on your door, she's not saying, oh, Sag, you know, can we talk about this? She just moved on. And you've been looking at past mistakes thinking, oh my God, I've really lost this woman because I was a fool. Aries energy. I didn't take this seriously. I didn't recognize how important this person was in my life. I think you want to run back to this woman now, Sag. Eight of Cups to say, I'm so sorry. Can I sort this out? Can I move to calmer waters? But you're nervous that her reaction's going to be, who are you again? What are you talking about? Oh my God, okay, that was ages ago. Yeah, I've moved on. So, Sag, you've been holding back, wondering how to approach her, what to say, how to manage this. Yeah, Strength card underneath that. You've been holding back. Sag, I've got to be honest. She may not take you back. You may feel what's done is done, water under the bridge, you know, I've got to let it go, but you don't seem to be able to. So let's see what she would say to you. What would this woman say to my Saggies? Queen of Cups, okay. She could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Knight of Cups. Ten of Wands. All right. Oh, Sag, you really want me to tell you what this means? In my eyes, anyway. Sag, what she's going to say is that what she really wanted out of this connection was flirtation, a little bit of fun, going out and having drinks, going out and having dinner, chilling out, a bit of companionship. Sag, you may say to her, well, I actually fell in love with you, Knight of Cups. But with the Ten of Wands, you're going to feel burdened because what you're realizing is the feelings are not going to be reciprocated. Yes, there may have been attraction. Yes, there may have been moments. Yes, you may have thought, oh gosh, you know, we could build a life together. Sag, I don't think she viewed this connection as moving into anything more serious than a quick fling or friends of benefits. And if you ask her, I think she's going to be honest. I mean, this is a nice woman. Queen of Cups, Page of Cups is olive branch, Sag. You know, she's not angry. She's not trying to get one over on you. She's not trying to make life difficult for you. She doesn't want to hurt you. But I think she's going to be honest and say, Sag, you know what? Yeah, we were friends. There was attraction. I didn't see this going any further. Whereas you believe, Sag, that you've messed up what potentially could be the love of your life. So you two may have been on different pages and you never knew it. So take consolation, Sag, that this may have been one of these people that you meet, you think you're going to spend the rest of your life with them, but the divine has other plans. I think, Sag, the divine has someone else lined up for you that you potentially haven't met yet. Okay? All right, guys. Let's move into Sacred Soul Portals. Let's see what comes through. Here we go. Sacred Soul Portals. Sag, you may reach out to this woman, but what you may be realizing is you were both walking down two completely different paths. Okay? So this is similar to the Tower. Sudden strike. You get some shocking news, but not to worry. The universe is taking care of you always. So, my Saggies, this is really tough, guys. But if you felt this woman was the love of your life, you were supposed to be with her and you screwed it up, Sag, it may be a shock for you to realize that she didn't see this moving into something serious. Okay? All right, guys. So, I'm going to leave it there. Take care of you. Have a really lovely weekend. And we're now moving to the sign of Capricorn. Hey, Cabby, how are things going with you guys? I hope you're well. I hope you've had a fantastic week. Thank goodness we have got to the weekend, very nearly. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Capricorns, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, masculine or feminine, Friday, the 10th of October, 2025. Cabby, you may have been looking at moving forward into a situation, but what you're telling yourself is you don't think it's for you. That's what I'm hearing. I'm seeing someone pulling a face and they're thinking, oh, you know what? I just don't think that's for me. Not really. Okay. So somebody may have offered you an opportunity, my Cappies. You may have been mulling it over, but what you're realizing is, yeah, it's probably not for you. Or you may be feeling you want to explain to someone why you don't want to go ahead with something, but it's going to be a bit awkward. Cappy, this could even be somebody who's fallen in love with you. They're telling you how they feel, and you're looking at this person thinking, I don't actually think I feel the same way. It could be awkward. Let's have a look, guys. Oh, the hangman. The hanged man. Cabby, you're trying to see your situation from lots of different angles. You may have felt a bit stuck. You may have felt you've been sacrificing recently. You may have been thinking about a Pisces for some of you. 3 of Swords. Okay. I think, Caps, you simply felt a bit heartbroken because you felt stuck in a rut, right? Stuck in a rut. 9 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. Eight of Wands. Okay. Wow. Cappy, for some of you, I may be dealing with a masculine. For some of you, we'll see. I think, Capricorn, you were in a difficult situation. You were somehow stuck and trapped in a situation that was heartbreaking for you, whatever that was. I feel you met a pre-empress. But because you were stuck in a situation and you were going through a challenging time, you just left her, and very quickly, and you may have made some excuse. 8 of Wands. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Lovely to meet you, but lots of things going on. I'll be in touch. And maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. She never heard from you again. All right. What you didn't tell this woman, Capricorn, was that actually someone had betrayed you, and it was quite serious. At the time you met this pre-empress, you were actually sat in the 10 of Swords. And you were dealing with a lot of drama and a lot of conflict relating to other people. You may have, Capricorn, decided to go away for a few days just to clear your head. And within that time you met this woman. She had no idea that you were going through this issue, whatever this was. You may have spent some time with her for sort of light relief to get your mind off things, and then you just left. When it was time for you to go home, you just left. You're thinking back at this time. You're thinking back. Okay. There might have been a lot of problems, issues to do with a lot of money. So somebody may have betrayed you financially and you were broke, but you didn't have the courage to tell this woman that you met all about it. Maybe you were mortified. It might be, Capricorn, you were actually married. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. And it might be that you realize that your wife, your partner, cheated on you, betrayed you with somebody else, and you guys were arguing madly, fiercely, and that's when you met this woman, but you didn't have the courage to tell her at the time you met her that you were married. 10 of Wands. Wow. I think, Capricorn, a cycle's definitely ended. I mean, guys, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. I think whatever you were dealing with, whether or not it was a court case to do with somebody cheating you out of money, scamming you out of money, whether or not it was a long-term partner that you were married to who cheated on you, I think that particular situation is now over. It's ended, and you want to go back to the woman sat in pre-empress energy. The Hierophant. 10 of Swords, Hierophant. So you may have had to cope with a very difficult situation that might have had a legal connotation that ended. 6 of Cups. It might have had something to do with the past. You may have called somebody out for not acting with integrity in the past, whether or not it was financial, whether or not it was to do with a long-term partnership. King of Pentacles. There we have you, Capricorn. You may have got yourself back on your feet. You may have won a court case against someone and received a lot of money back. It may well be, Capricorn, that you've now rebuilt your finances following leaving maybe a wife who cheated on you. But you keep thinking about this pre-Empress. Empress. Wow. Capricorn, you believe that this woman is your true divine feminine. A very strong spiritual connection with this woman. She could be a Taurus, she could be a Libra. 8 of Swords. And you're in your head about this woman. It's as if you can't get this woman off your mind. It's driving you nuts. So, Cappy, are you finally ready to reach out? Are you? We'll see. The Chariot, Cancerian energy. You've moved on from a very difficult, challenging situation where you felt betrayed, whatever this was about. Page of Swords. You may have messaged this pre-Empress to simply say, okay, well, nice meeting you, nice spending time with you, I've got to go now. It may have been a bit abrupt. She might have been shocked. This is your energy, Cappy, the Devil. But what you weren't telling her was, you were just looking for a one-night stand. You were just looking for friends with benefits. At the time, you just wanted some light relief. You just wanted to use her as a plaster over a deep wound because of what you were going through. You didn't tell her that at the time. You may have love-bombed her. You may have bought her flowers. You may have wined and dined her. You may have made her feel like the most beautiful woman in the world. But then what you planned on doing was just to leave. You might have been a little strategic in love-bombing her so that she would relax and give you what you wanted, which was her to think that this was the start of a lovely relationship, when all along, Cappy, you might have planned just to detach. You know? Ace of Cups. What you're realizing now, Capricorn, is you can't get this woman off your mind. You think that you could develop a proper relationship with her, and you're ready to face Judgment Day to tell her the truth. Sagittarian energy. You're planning on telling her the truth, that you had to make a judgment call because you were going through a tower moment or a very, very difficult phase of your life where you felt betrayed when you met her. You're planning on reaching out. 9 of Cups. You were trying to blow up, Capricorn, an overindulgent situation with someone else. Could have been a Scorpio, could have been an Aries with a tower. And you were really going through it. And you met this woman whilst everything was kicking off. It's as if you wanted to get out of Dodge. You might have jumped on a plane or on a train or in your car, gone to a B&B or stayed in a hotel for a few nights, and that's where you met. And that's when you met this woman. She knew nothing about this. She just possibly assumed you were there on holiday. She met you. You had a lovely time. But the shock for her, Cappy, was you left very quickly and sort of said, well, it was lovely meeting you. I'm very attracted to you. We'll catch up. And then nothing. I think you want to go back to this woman to say, well, the reason why I left so fast is, I've got to be honest, I was going through the 10 of Swords. But 3 of Wands. Capricorn, you have been thinking about this woman at a distance, and I think you believe that you two are actually supposed to be together. So, Cappy, Knight of Pentacles. It's been a very long time for some of you, but I think you plan on trying to get her to open up. You want to see her because what you believe is she's your person. You may have shockingly met your true divine feminine when you were actually looking for a one-night stand, Cappy. That's somehow how the universe works, you know? You may have met this woman who might have been loving, warm and caring just when you needed that in your life. So, Capricorn, you're going to approach her. What is she going to say? 5 of Swords. She is going to call you out. You may expect it. Yeah, you know, you sabotage this. She's going to say, well, hang on, you just ran off and left, right? Didn't know what happened. 9 of Swords, I was having sleepless nights. Was it something I said? Was it something I did? 10 of Cups. I assumed that you were just maybe a married man and you'd had a bit of fun and gone back to your partner. Now, Cappy, to be honest, that may have been true. You may have gone back to a family dynamic, but what she didn't know was that I think you were betrayed by your partner and you might have been battling out a settlement in a divorce case or having arguments about divorcing. The Star, she's going to tell you that she's healed. She's going to tell you that it's okay. Aquarian energy. 4 of Swords, and she's very chilled out now. So, Capricorn, if you were there thinking, oh my God, you know, I want to reach out to this woman, but she's going to bite my head off, or she's going to slam down the phone, or she's going to say to me, I never want to see you again. She's very chilled. She's very calm. This might have happened a while ago, Caps. I think if you reach out to her, she's going to be open to having a conversation, particularly if you explain, look, I was sat a little bit in selfish energy. I needed a little bit of TLC because I was going through the 10 of Swords, but I couldn't tell you what it was all about because maybe, Cappy, it was highly private, you know? So, guys, let's get a couple of messages from you to her, okay? Here we go, guys. Secret love messages. So, Gabby, what would you want to say to this woman? What would you want to say to this woman? I know that we have something really special. I will never find anyone like you ever again. That's why I feel so stupid for letting you go. Well, Cappy, you can always reach out and say, hey, I was a fool. I'm sorry. I was going through something very difficult. I felt betrayed. You know, please forgive me. I want to tell you the truth. You could do that. You could. I'm constantly thinking and dreaming of you. You're everywhere and always there. It's like you put a spell on me. This is all so strange. Capricorn, I think this woman is your true divine feminine, okay? Empress. You may have met your true divine twin, all right? So, guys, I am leaving it there. I hope that's helped. Take care of you, and we're now moving to the sign of Aquarius. Aqua, how are you guys? How's it going? This is your T.G.I.F for Friday, the 10th of October, 2025, and I'm hearing a really old song. Oh, cards are flying. Killing me softly. Killing me softly. 4 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh my gosh, Aquarius. You may be ending a long-term commitment, or somebody may be apologizing to you, having put you in a situation where you lost a lot of money. You may not want to know. You may not want to speak to them. You may have felt, Aquarius, that somebody did something underhanded. I don't know. I'm putting them back in the deck, guys. I'm putting them back. Let's just carry on, guys. Let's just see what else comes through. What else do we have for my lovely Aquarians? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we have for Aquarius? Thank you, Michael. All right. Let's see what's going on, people. 9 of Wands. So, Aqua, you are feeling a bit stressed. You may be feeling burdened. You may have a lot on your mind. And we have the 4 of Cups again. Not wanting to accept somebody's apology or not happy with the situation. Ace of Wands. Wow, Aquarius. Knight of Wands. You may be very unhappy with a younger fire sign who might have just left. Or it may well be that you were dealing with a fire sign or even a Cancerian, and it's unlike my Cancerians, but, you know, everyone's human, who may have had an affair on you, sat in the Knight of Wands, and maybe a marriage is over. Seven of Wands. You stood your ground, Aquarius, about the Ten of Pentacles. You were trying to rebuild this long-term commitment, or you may have had words with somebody about the Ten of Pentacles, but you got a difficult message of truth back. Somebody was very harsh, and they may have said, no, 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 divorce. Wow. What it feels like, Aqua, you may be coming through as a King of Swords. What it feels like, Aqua, is I'm dealing with a masculine whose partner cheated on him, left him, and is now stating that, you know, I want a really big settlement. And you may have been fighting this in court, Aquarius, thinking, oh my God, right? You cheated on me and now you want to take half my money? You may be furious, guys. It may have been a shock. It may have been a shock. The Hermit, Virgo energy. Four of Wands. She may have been trying to fight you for a property. You may have realized that she fell in love with somebody else and she might have just left you and then called a lawyer and said, I'm sorry, Aquarius, I'm divorcing you. Could have been the biggest shock of your life. Judgment. Sagittarian energy. This is a really big deal. You had to make a decision, Aquarius, possibly to move to another location or possibly to release a large amount of money. To say, okay, all right, have it your way. Have the money, right? Ace of Cups. Oh. Aqua, whatever your situation, and if this is nothing to do with a divorce, you could simply have had major problems with somebody trying to sabotage your stability. This is you sat in self-love, and I think you are rebuilding. I think you are rebuilding. Yep. Okay. The Star. Now, forget there's a woman on there. You could be a guy sat in the King of Swords. This is Aquarian energy. You have been healing, and I think, Aquarius, you have been rebuilding somehow. You went through a really difficult time, 10 of Wands. And you have been trying to heal from this situation, whatever situation you found yourself in. With the energy of the Hanged Man, you might have felt as if you sacrificed for a long time, either relating to your money. You may have spent years and years and years building up your finances only to realize that somebody was trying to take half your money. Or you may have had somebody who had ill intentions. Or Aquarius, you're simply realizing that this was a horrible relationship to begin with, and you're better out of it. But Aqua, this was a challenge for you at the time because you felt betrayed. Tower. You had to deal with a Tower moment. Pisces energy, Scorpio, Aries energy, Temperance. I think, Aqua, you've got yourself back on your feet. I think you've been protected by Archangel Michael, Sag energy there, Scorpio energy with the Death card. And I think you're being guided to move forward and to transform your life, to get your power back, right? The High Priestess. Aquarius, you are not speaking to this person any longer, whoever they are. There's no communication now. Everything has died down after this Tower moment. And you are leaning on your intuition. And what is lovely to see, Aqua, is unbeknown to you, your ships are coming in. There may have been small signs relating to that. If you've been trying to rebuild your finances, you may have had a little bit of money come in there, a little bit of money coming in here. You may have had some kind of windfall recently. It could have been anything, guys. And this is you recognizing that the universe is trying to get you back on your feet again. What you don't see coming, Aquarius, is Six of Swords. Not only is this you moving to calmer waters, but you may be given an amazing opportunity, and it could relate to travel, okay, relocation, and we have the Sun. I mean, Aquarius, this is the most beautiful final card for you to receive. This is happiness, moving forward, expansion, and also I want to say freedom. And I don't know where that came from. It may well be, Aquarius, that what you're realizing is the universe intervened in order to get you out of what was a very unhappy, claustrophobic, difficult situation. They wanted you to completely detach, to move forward into victory and success, maybe on your own, or perhaps with somebody else. But Aquarius, this was divine intervention, you know? All right, guys. Let's move into Sacred Soul Portals. Let's see what the universe has to say. Here we go, guys. Archangel Michael, what is the guidance from the universe for my lovely Aquarians? Thank you, Michael. Spiraling up, look at that. You're on the verge of a lucky break. Take risks and be on the lookout for a leg up. You're spiraling up. The universe is pulling you up out of this black hole that you've been in. I think there's going to be a lot of happiness and success, a sense of liberation, a sense of expansion. And with the Sun, which is the most positive card of the deck, there's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to come, Aqua. Okay, guys? So don't feel sad. Don't feel down. Complete your healing. Concentrate on you. And I think you're going to look back maybe in 6 months' time and realize this was the best thing that could have happened because it got you out of something that was keeping you down. Okay? Beautiful. All right, Aqua. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care of you guys. And we're now moving to the final sign of Pisces. Pisces. Hello, my little fishies. How are you guys? And I'm sorry I'm losing my voice. Thank you for waiting, or you may well have just skipped to this part. Let's just see what's going on for you guys. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Friday, the 10th of October, moving into the weekend and into a new week. Thank God it's Friday, guys. What do we have for my lovely Pisces? Thank you, Michael. Card flipped out, the Strength card. Pisces, you may be called to concentrate on your health, or you may be holding back from someone, or you may be holding back from taking a course of action. There could be communication here with a Leo for some of you. Strength. They may be telling you, Pisces, that you're going to need a lot of courage and confidence at this point of time. Let's just see, guys, what's going on. Alrighty. The 10 of Cups. You may be needing courage and confidence to communicate to a family member or to agree to mend a family situation. The Star, this is healing, Aquarian energy. The Ace of Cups, Pisces. The 9 of Cups. The Emperor. Pisces, somebody could be moving towards you to say, you're my 10 of Cups, you're everything I've ever wanted, I love you. I know that there were issues in the past with overindulgence, but I'm acting with integrity. Wow. 2 of Cups. Pisces, somebody's in love with you. Someone's in love with you. Page of Wands. And they're going to be giving you some really good news. That they are indeed in love with you. I'm hearing still. They're moving towards you with a very open heart. I feel this person is really keen for you to know some news. They want to tell you something. King of Pentacles. Could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. They're moving, Pisces. Or this is someone who has uprooted, left a situation, following an argument. They may be going through separation or divorce. They may be concentrating on their finances, but they've moved out of living with someone and they want to be with you. So this could be either someone who is wanting to mend a family dynamic by telling you that they're thinking of moving. It could be to help you financially. Or this could be someone, Pisces, who's basically saying, good news, I finally left my person. I hope that you still love me. I love you. And I want to make this work with you. 2 of Pentacles. Oh, guys, you may want to think about this, the ramifications of this. 9 of Pentacles. Either what you're realizing, Pisces, is you may go from sitting on the breadline, worried about your financial stability, to sitting in the 9 of Pentacles, no problems at all. Okay, it could be something to do with this King of Pentacles who's organizing money. Or Pisces, you may be thinking, all right, oh my goodness, this is somebody who's offering me a serious relationship. Do I want to be single? Do I want to go for it? You may have a choice to make. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles. Either someone wants to rebuild with you and balance out a situation financially. They want to completely heal a situation and they may be making a major decision to actually move to be able to do that. But you would need to be willing to leave the past behind and reconcile maybe with a group that you're close to, family members. Or Pisces, what you're thinking about is somebody wants to rebuild with me. Do I want to be single? Do I want to move into a relationship? I don't know. Underneath the deck, guys, we have the 9 of Wands. You may have been in a little bit of a stressful situation recently. You may have had a lot to cope with, a lot to deal with. You may have had to carry the load by yourself. 4 of Swords, you may have had to heal, or somebody may have sort of left you by the roadside to sort of struggle by yourself. It hasn't been easy, Pisces. Hasn't been easy. 5 of Pentacles, you may have felt left out in the cold, or you may have been worrying financially. You know, can I survive? Can I cope on my own? Can I juggle money? I hope I'm going to be okay, you know, that sort of thing. 6 of Pentacles. Pisces, you may have been breadcrumbed by somebody in the past who left you out in the cold. But I think this person, King of Swords, is now doing the right thing. They're acting with integrity, or this is someone who may even be going through a legal process in order to balance out a situation. Whoever this person is, guys, 6 of Swords, they want to move to calmer waters. They could actually be moving, relocating. And this is about the past, or this is somebody from your past. 6 of Cups. Yes, guys, the Sun. there's going to be light shone on a situation, or Pisces, you're going to be moving forward, feeling incredibly happy, feeling as if at last you can grow and expand. You're not going to have to, watch every single penny. You're going to be sat in the Nine of Pentacles. So guys, this could either be you realizing that somebody's doing the right thing to help you financially after leaving you out in the cold, or Pisces, somebody is ending a situation to offer you commitment, and you're going to have to make a decision. Do I want to stay single? Do I want to rebuild a connection with somebody I knew in the past? Your decision. So guys, if this is to do with love, let's have a message from the person who is going to be coming back to you. Let's have a message from that person. All right. I know that you think that I've moved on, but the truth is that I can't get you out of my mind and heart. I still love you so much. Wow. Pisces, somebody still loves you. And I think that person is coming back to say, I've ended another connection. I know it's been a long time coming, but I'm ready. Okay? Now, if this was anything to do with a family situation, they may have left you juggling 2 pentacles, right? Sitting in the 5 of Pentacles, unequal give and take. Let's have a look and see what the universe has to say, because someone here, a family member, is doing the right thing to sort this out. Yeah. So there could be communication with this person who wants to balance out a family situation to mend everything. And you may be sat feeling a lot more secure financially as a result. So a message from the universe, please, for my Pisces. Into the woods. Ah, Pisces. Things may seem scary at the moment, but your path is clear and your angels are near. I think the angels are shining a light on your path ahead, Pisces. Things are going to look up. Things are going to improve. So just be aware that this is all going to take place within this period of time. Okay? Lovely energy, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this reading, Pisces. Have a lovely weekend, and thank you everyone for being here. It is so appreciated. Take care of yourselves, and of course I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, guys. Bye now.